When can I start? Oh, okay. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the very first qualifier round for the PUBG Mobile Women's Pro League. I am your host, Neptura, and we're going to be starting things off with the African and Mena teams here battling it out against each other for those spots to the league stage. But we're going to be jumping straight on into ERANGEL here this evening. Going to be starting off things here. Got some teams just landing, doing their own thing at the moment. We do have a full show here tonight. All the teams are here ready and waiting to start off. It looks like in military base, we are going to be seeing some action pretty quickly here. Going to be Team 8, the IcedOut Girls versus Slot 10. No, sorry, no, that's not 10. That looks to be 18. REBORN Girls is going to be going head to head over on these three buildings in military. No, it looks like this is actually Stalwart. Excuse me. It looks like we've got different slots here listed, but it is going to be Stalwart actually going to be fighting here straight off the bat. Not much time to actually loot themselves. Going to be interesting. REBORN Girls looking for a way to actually win this. I mean, we'll have to see, but looks like they're in a bit of a stalemate at the moment. Going over to Milta, though. Perhaps Milta saw there on the map there just a little bit. Something happening over there, but nope. We are going to be looking here for now. But yeah, at the moment, nothing too much going on. Oh, we do have this going on, though. UMP does win out the day. Stalwart is the first to get a knock, to be knocked rather. Aisha is on the prowl. Going to be looking for that knock as well. Isn't going to quite get it just yet. Instead, Stalwart going to be taking a knock of their own, but it does look like in the end, Stalwart do lose 2 out this early. REBORN. Not sure how many they've actually lost in this fight, but oh, there goes another one. Jenny is going to be taking absolutely no prisoners, going to be thirsting them up pretty quickly there. And here is the other one. Jenny getting right by the door a little bit, gonna see what she can do with it as the Bison comes into play, but no, it's not gonna be quite enough. Has to go around the outside as well, and it is going to be REBORN taking the L here. They are going to be losing out this one, and we're going to go straight over to the other side of the river, actually, because there's a lot going on. Looks to be slot 5, ScvGaia, going head-to-head with Her Majesty. Again, with SCV, looks like they've got 2 down. Ooh, 2 dead, 1 down, so it is just Chumami. She's the only one left alive for her squad. She is going to try and get this res, but may not be. It's looking very, very close indeed. I think they may have found out her hiding spot there. Not quite, not quite. Does get that res up, but it isn't enough. Oh, it isn't enough. All 4 coming straight in. Absolutely no hesitation whatsoever, and down they go. So that is going to be ScvGaia also going out in 16th place, unfortunately for them, but GG's well played. Milta as well, lots going on in Milta. Really liking the early fights coming in here from these teams. It is the first of many here we have in the coming weeks, but it's nice to see the aggression and the confidence coming in from these teams as they figure out how each other actually move around the map, how they all play together. But it is going to be Blacklight. Got a couple knocked. Yep, there goes another one. So it looks to be, it is just 1 left for her squad. And she's going to try and get this res. She is going to hold back a little bit as their opponents also reset, get a few finishes there. So now they're down to a duo. Blacklight. Oh dear, no, but it is going to be Regicide Girls coming around the outside as well as potentially. No, not quite. They don't know they're back there just yet. It looks like they are going to be. Oh, now they do. Now they know they're there. And here coming around. Nice free fire coming out from Danez. Apologies if I get these names wrong. But another knock going down, but now it's quickly reciprocated. So it is just a 1. I think it's a 1v1. Is going to thirst up that player right now. Get as many points as she can. Looks like they are trying to get a reset because it is a 1v1, but a nice nade over the top. not going to be doing much just yet. So reset is coming through. What's interesting about that now, actually, oh, nope, it wasn't quite enough. Oh, it was enough, and now it is one shot. It's a 1v1. Super low, but there's not a whole lot of ammo and supplies to go around, and unfortunately for Blacklight, they are the ones who are just gonna lose out there. It is actually gonna be Regicide with one sliver of HP left, but she does take the cake with an M249. Very nicely done indeed. Going to be seeing some nice stuff coming in from them, hopefully throughout this game, but they are just down to a duo now, so we'll have to see how they go ahead and work this map to their advantage. Zone is coming in as we speak, and it's a nice central zone, actually. Not too bad at all. Very nice indeed. Pretty easy for most of these teams, not a whole lot to really freak out about. Going over to Lipovka, there is two teams here as well. We have OSE Girls and Artemis Rage, so both of these teams look to be at a bit of a standoff right now. They're not being as aggressive as the teams we've just been watching, but it is going to be still. They do know each other. Sorry, they do know each other are there. It looks like they've prioritized a little bit of looting first. Probably a good idea, really, in the scope of things. And also with the teams on either side of those buildings of the town, it looks like they actually can just disengage here and move away from each other. So nothing too much going on there as well. Going to be going over, having a little look-see to these other teams too. We see a few teams actually rotating, finding some new ground, particularly in Pachinki and those south bridge areas. But at the moment, not much going on. It's a lot of driving, a lot of keeping out of everybody's way. We'll have to see how it goes the next few seconds as the zone is going to push in, and then we're going to see some big rotations coming in from these teams depending on where that circle actually goes. And here we go. There it goes. So it is going to be Geka, Ruins, Pachinki area. Not too bad of a circle, honestly. Lots and lots of room for all these teams to actually come in and find their own space without too much hassle from each other. So this should be a fairly easy first game for a lot of these teams. Easy to come in and find a spot and not worry too much about each other. We do see Nexus here. Yep, this is Nexus to the north of Pachinki. And if I saw correctly, we do have another team coming into Pachinki. So if they're not careful, we may see a fight between those two teams going through. Meanwhile, interesting, all these teams, a lot of these teams are still outside the zone, and they're not really taking much of a quick pace towards those towards that circle. Taking their time. It is only zone 2, so they do have that time. It's not going to damage them too much, but it's interesting to see that so many of these teams are not making a beeline for that circle. They are instead going to be just finishing up their looting and planning out their next move. Speaking of moves, Stalwart does seem to be in or en route from the island. And we also have here OSE Girls. They are also on rotation in 2 zones. So coming in from Lipovka. Gonna be watching Rowan here. Not many meds, so gonna still be looting up, I think, this team. Here we go, looks like, ooh, shots being taken onto OSE from, I can't quite see who that is, but it was somebody in the background there. So, zone quickly getting smaller. Now is the time to start really moving and getting on with it. OSE, the rest of OSE making that same rotation through. Ooh, and maybe it won't be actually that team from the south that we were wondering if they were actually going to be going up against Nexus. It might be OSE. They're much, much closer, just making that rotation straight past. And in fact, it looks like they might want to take this compound for themselves, and Rowan is just scouting it out. So we will have to see it. Surely Nexus have made themselves known just a little bit, or maybe not. Maybe they're just being quiet, but nope. Quiet no longer. They are going to try and do something. Unfortunately, the buggy does spin out. Oh, down she goes for one. Unable to get out of there alive. The buggy just takes a turn, spins out, and she's not able to escape that, so she is going to go down, and OSE are reduced to a duo. Unfortunately, that's an unfortunate happening there. This is also unfortunate, though. My goodness me, it's going to be 2S SWAT Girls versus BYT Girls. So BYT reducing SWAT down to, it looks to be a trio at the moment, but it looks like they've got one dead, one down. So we'll have to see. Rose just being very, very quiet there. Very quiet indeed behind her rock in the grass. Is going to be taking a very nice little spray down onto one of the duo of the opposing team. Very nice. It bought herself some time, but she has let them know of her position. Oof. This could be difficult. Oh no. Another does go down, it looks like. So it is going to be Tokyo on her own, potentially here? Yeah, I think so. I think she's going to have to go it alone, and down she goes. Yeah, so it is going to be just the solo for SWAT, unfortunately for them. Team 19, though, H2e Girls, just chilling. Looting up a little bit as the zone does go to Pachinki and the north side of Pachinki, so these teams now have to start moving together, have to start fighting it out for those little spots, because there's not many prime spots to actually be taken up here. And we still have 14 teams, so we will see. For now, Nexus have a pretty nice spot in this church area. It's just going to be holding that against Team 10, I think, CoolGirls. I believe that's CoolGirls there, or is it Team 18? Either way, they're going to be holding the church against them, so they want this spot for themselves. They are not going down without some sort of a fight, but it actually looks like that team are actually going to be moving out anyway. They tried to leave, but isn't going to quite be happening just yet. Rest of Nexus is going to be moving up to the church to defend it. It's a good spot. I prefer this spot over anyone in Pachinki. It's a really nice spot, especially when, I mean, of course, this is outside of competitive gaming now, but back when the recall stations were a thing in the game, in classic matches, this was the perfect spot. So I always really enjoy the church area of Pachinki. It's always a good spot. And it looks like Nexus recognized that, and they're looking to hold it for themselves. For them as well, it's right in the middle of the zone, so it gives you great positioning if center play is how you roll. Gives you a nice high ground. You just have to be careful that no one actually enters it, because once that happens, you're kind of stuffed. But we will see, and the zone does favor Nexus this time around. Favors a few teams actually, but Nexus are in that better position in this new zone. Looks like we might be getting some challengers here, though. Maybe. We will have to see. Maybe not, though. Maybe not. Looks like they've just stopped short of the church area. But Nexus aren't happy. They are not happy with this. They are going to be moving and actually going over to that little compound. I believe there was somebody in it, wasn't there? No, it was Nexus. I think I've got my my memory a bit wonky there. I think it was Nexus in those compounds before, and they moved over to the church. So that's where they're gonna go back to for now. Excuse me. Other than that, looks like PG over on the west side of the zone Gonna be looking for their own spot. Not gonna be happy with those little compounds. They are out of zone now, so. Pro Gaming going to be going, ooh, to a shack. Interesting play here. And they're just gonna be inching into zone as slowly as they can. One Shot Blossom as well with us this evening. Going to be gatekeeping the north, actually. Gonna be gatekeeping, seeing what she can find. And at the moment, looks like they're just keeping other teams away. Not actually getting any real knocks going on, although as I say that, looks like it very well could be a close one there. Not quite. Does get out of the vehicle just in time. It looks like her teammates are there to help her. So it doesn't look like they're going to get a knock just yet. But they also have bigger fish to worry about in that pond. It looks like there's several teams trying to make this northern rotation. There goes a knock. There we go. One Shot Blossom. Looking as a full squad to get a couple of points on this rotation path used by so many of these teams. And all eyes on that team. Except Lost Star. She's holding off this sort of northeast side pretty nicely as these other teams try to come in and make a mark for themselves. Really like seeing this from One Shot Blossom, actually. Very nicely done. Unfortunate for the other team, but the point is there for One Shot Blossom. But I really do like that sort of that line-based gatekeeping. It works really well if you can do it properly, and they have. So very nicely done on their part. Lots of teams to that north. It's interesting, we've got kind of a line on either side of this zone. We got the north side populated and the south side populated, but there's that nice little band in between where nobody is. That could be some nice... Ooh. I was gonna say it could be some nice real estate for a team looking for a spot, but that zone has gone to the east. So a hard shift to the east, and looks like NEXUS are the only ones in that zone. So very nicely played on their part. We'll have to see. Looks like there's a team coming in on that outside, on top of that hill. And Versace could potentially be in a very precarious situation. Oh, but no, it's BYT GIRLS now from the north as well. Down goes one of NEXUS. So BYT GIRLS moving in towards this compound from the warehouse area. And they are looking for blood. They want this compound for themselves. A little bit of lag coming through there as well. That's 2 knocks now down to NEXUS. But this could be... Oof, no, not quite. There's lots of teams here. I think this is 3 different teams being... all looking down on this same area. And they're not going to be able to get that teammate back up. So that is 1 down, unfortunately, for NEXUS and 1 bleeding out. Oh, no. And now we've got Molotovs going down as well. It's not looking good for NEXUS. I don't know what's happened here, but somehow they've not managed to actually hold their position down strongly enough. And BYT GIRLS now just sweeping through these buildings here, trying to take it over. And NEXUS is now just Versace, but she's in a good spot. They didn't check that little room. That's a mistake. They went for that thirst instead, and I don't know... Okay, Versace is not going to be doing anything about it just yet, because they are going to come back down and go in there, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on right now, but Versace is the only one left alive for her team right now. She's just watching them run around. Okay, let's see how far she can take this, if she is just very quiet, because they're actually neglecting this side of the compound. They've just completely forgotten about this little room. They have to know there's one more left. They have to. And a very nice Molotov could end this whole team practically. This is massive. This is massive for Nexus, potentially. Nice from BYT GIRLS, though. Is going to take one. There goes one. So now they know where she is. Gonna try and take the second. I'm not sure it's going to work, but she's already super low health. Down she goes, and out she goes. No. Oh, for BYT GIRLS, they do lose one, so that's what, unfortunately, they're gonna get for not actually clearing the whole building, but one is all they lost, so GG's there. So interesting playing out there on that compound, but we're going to move over to the hillside now as it moves up to the zone, rather moves up to the hill, and we have 4 teams on this side alone, so it is interesting. We got IcedOut Girls. I think this is IcedOut in team slot 7. We also have One Shot Blossom there along the hillside. BYT now losing out to One Shot Blossom as they defend their side of the hill pretty immaculately. They're down to 2 now for BYT. Of course, losing 1 in that compound, but losing another 2 One Shot Blossom. Very nice to see from them, actually. I always really like a good gatekeep line-based gatekeep. It's always really fun to watch. So it's interesting to see this team use it here. All squads now are inside that zone, it looks like. It looks like we're all in zone now, and we are just waiting for zone 7 to pop up and see where we're going to be going. Are we going to be going up that hill? Are we going to be staying down south? We'll have to see. We've got several teams banking on both scenarios happening. We have those teams up to the north. Team 12, specifically Her Majesty, up on top of that hill. We will have to see how it goes. Nice drop coming right down in front of Stalwart there. Very nice airdrop if they can get to it. It might be a little bit too much in the open for them, but BYT down there as well. Gonna be just snaking their way through. A zone has not quite popped yet, but I thought it did. But we're looking to be going into the middle. Looks like a middle west shift of the zone. So these teams, not too much. They're all going to have to move, it looks like. Oh, here we go. Zone is going to be popping in just a couple of seconds now. I can see it on the map as BYT is going to be just weaseling her way around in the grass, snaking through. And zone, oh god, I can't even see that zone. Zone is very, it's going to be north, or south rather, but north up the hill. It's going to be going up the hill, but south. There we go. Figured it out in the end, but it is up the hill for this zone. These teams at the bottom, oh dear, not going to have a great time of it. BYT now actually picking up a knock there onto One Shot Blossom. Gets 2. Very nicely done. Now the wall has been broken, and they are going to be able to try at least to break through those lines, but they do have to, BYT does have to get up her knocked teammate, so there's a little bit of a fight there. DBDxBABLU girls are also on this side of the hill, so they have to make their way up as well, but unfortunately for One Shot Blossom, it looks like they're gonna try and get a reset going, but they've been greatly hindered from going up into the zone. Oh, BYT does get knocked down, unfortunately for her. It just leaves 1 left. And we're down to our 6 teams now. Just 6. Stalwart looking very nice on top of this hillside. Nice nade over the top. Could be beautiful. Yes, it is. Perfect. Gets a knock there. Now, just... I believe that's IcedOut Girls, I believe. But it is just 1 now for them. Another nade going over does do a little bit of damage, but it's not quite as catastrophic as before. And Stalwart, now, by moving them away from the top of the hill, they now are trying to establish dominance here of this zone. Very nice. Well played from them, I gotta say. BABLU Girls do go down. Unfortunately, One Shot Blossom just backstabbing them just a little bit there out in the zone, but I think that's going to be a finish up from One Shot Blossom. I don't believe they're in the zone now, so I think that's the end of them. Top 3 teams, though. Or top 2. All of a sudden, we're down to our top 2 teams. It is going to be Her Majesty versus Stalwart Esports, and it's a 1v2. Actually, nice play going to be coming from behind the box, because they won't actually look behind. But Stalwart are together. Ooh, she sees them. Trigger discipline is vital here. As she tries to throw some... Looks like she's trying to throw them off her position at all. Smoking up over on their side as she moves forward. Gonna be... This could be tricky here. She's doing her best. Nice nade, but they have gone around the other side of the mountain, and unfortunately that means they can now see where she is if they were catching the trajectory of those throwables. She sees them, though. She does see them. Sees one, doesn't quite see the other, is going to go for it. Down goes one. It's a 1v1 against Stalwart, but unfortunately, no. The MG3 comes in clutch, as does the pre-fire there, and it is going to be Stalwart Divas, sorry, going to be taking our first chicken dinner here of the evening with a 15 kill score. Very, very nice indeed. Her Majesty, though, in second place with 6, 7, 8 kills herself, and then, of course, Bite in third place with 7, and 4 is 11. 11 kills. Nicely done. Very, very good stuff. One shot as well. Then we have DBD. Then we have Team 6. I'm not sure who that is, actually. Whoops. IcedOut. We also have Artemis Rage. NEXUS, of course, in 9th place with 3 kills. Let's see here. H2e. 2S. R36. Regicide. OSE. PG, sorry, as well as BL, SCV in 16th, and then, of course, REBORN Girls in 17th place. So, very nicely done there. Of course, our MVP is going to be Jenny from Stalwart Esports with a whopping 1,000 damage and 9 kills. So, very, very nice. Our best companion with 3 revives is going to be Abia from BYT GIRLS, and then, of course, again, another player from Stalwart going to be our finisher with 6 kills herself. So GG's well done all around. Very nicely done. Alrighty. Going to be, I believe, heading into a short break. Welcome back, everybody, to Game 2. We're going to be going into Miramar here. That was a very action-packed ERANGEL game to start off this event, and we're going to have to see how these teams actually move in Miramar now. Much different terrain, much different map. We'll have to see. We did see Stalwart take the win, however narrowly. They did take the win in ERANGEL. We'll have to see who takes it now for Miramar? Very normal playing path, honestly. Very normal. A little bit south, but still very nice for these teams to actually access their drop spots. So we'll see whereabouts they go. For a lot of these qualifiers for this region, a lot of this is a learning curve for me as well. I typically look at Western EU teams, so a lot of these teams are new to me. So I'm excited to see how these teams actually work and what we can learn from them. Have to see though, a lot of very good teams in this lobby, I can tell already. So we will see how they go. Couple of teams going Los Leones. Few teams going the Picado way, but I doubt they'll all go there. No, there's a few teams that are bypassing it completely. And we will be seeing our new zone. There we go. Gonna be West Zone. Ooh, very interesting. I really like these cliff edges there. It's gonna be nice. And we might even get a few of those islands moving in there as well. But first, we are gonna be seeing Stalwart moving into Picado, and it's going to be Stalwart versus BYT GIRLS, actually. So, two teams, both in those red buildings. No one in the gymnasium, interestingly enough. It is going to be both those red buildings and the casino, actually. So, looking to the south side of Picado. And they're all going to be looting up. Unfortunately, one of them just has a pan. Looks like they came face to face with Stalwart for a moment. Only one shot left on her health. Omna. I love that name, Omna. That's a great name. Named after a great gun. So, see if she gets an Om here tonight in this map. Have to see, have to see. Ariba, just scouting it out as well. This is not a team that you want to go up against rashly, recklessly. Take your time, get all the info you can, and you'll have to see what that gets you. Interesting, we do have several places where there's a couple of teams, including Valdelmar. Looks like these teams are all going for those same drop spot. R3G, Regicide Girls here being one of them, and it looks like they're going up against Team 11, Pro Gaming Girls. There we go. Does try and get a spray with the AK to that member of Pro Gaming Girls. She is going to be disengaging though, leaving the vicinity. Looks like they may have lost one there, so we'll see how that goes. San Martin seeing its fair share of action as well. We do have Team 7, I believe that's IcedOut, I believe. I'm not entirely sure. It looks like it could be my slot list is slightly different to where the teams are actually situated. So if there is any confusion, it is due to that. My apologies. But from my slot list, this does look to be One Shot Blossom versus IcedOut. And it is an interesting positioning from both these teams. I almost prefer One Shot Blossom's positioning there around the entirety of IcedOut, but IcedOut are in a pretty defensive position as well, so they could turn this around. We'll have to see. But yeah, at the moment it's just a standoff, I think. Yeah, at the moment they're just going to be looting and watching each other. Zone now is moving in, so for all these teams, time is of the essence, although it is only phase 1. Picado finally seeing some action now, as looks like Stalwart are on the losing end of this, potentially, and by are all 4 still up. So, as soon as I said that, I do apologize. Looks like, oh no, 2 down now, but Stalwart, rather, have a duo down as well. So, they've just evened things up a bit. 2v2, it looks like. Oh, Molotov going in. Not gonna quite get him, though. looks like they're not there at all. Or rather in the balcony area there. So we'll have to see. But a Molotov, good preemptive move there. Yeah, she is on the balcony, so wasn't going to quite catch her there. But Jenny, the MVP of last round. Oh, that's a very nice nade. Oh, just saw it in time to not get too damaged by that. Jenny going straight in though. Straight in with the AK, but the Uzi's going to be too strong. Does get taken out though in the end. So STE are going to be alive just for a little bit longer. There goes another knock. Very nice, but she did not see the last player of BYT coming around behind her and taking out Stalwart from this game for good, and I believe in 18th place. So big, massive upset coming in for Stalwart, unfortunately for them, after that big win on ERANGEL. Moving back over to San Martin, though, action is not over. Still being very careful, still looking. Not much going on, though. And it looks like, unfortunately, one of the BYT members did in fact bleed out, so they do lose one anyway. Interesting play coming in from One Shot Blossom, though. Is that Yaya over there in on that south side on those cliff area? Coming in around the outside there could be a very interesting angle for her to actually get Laya. Sorry, not Yaya. Laya. Could be a very nice angle for them. Could turn the tide of the fight. I mean, is it a fight though? If they're just standing off against each other. If they're just looking, is it really a fight? I don't think we've seen any shots fired just yet. But it's nice preemptive strategy coming in from One Shot to actually try and get the upper hand from the beginning. So we will see how that works out for them. Zone still moving in. We should be pretty close to seeing some sort of a new zone. Yeah, there we go. Should be soon. Gonna move over to Her Majesty, though, our second place holders from last game. And where are we? Monte Nuevo. It looks like Monte Nuevo to me. Gonna be standing off. Yep, it is in fact Monte Nuevo, and we are gonna be looking at these two teams. Again, it's pretty normal in this in this stage of the game. There we go. In this stage of the game, IcedOut and these two teams, they are going to be just looking at each other. We see it a lot in many teams across many events. This is the phase of the game where you just wait and hold and get as much info as you can, but not do a whole lot about it. And at the moment, that's where we are. So these teams are going to be just looking. Might take a shot or two here or there, but they're really not looking for a full-on engagement just yet. Looking at Joji here from IcedOut Girls. Got her Kar 98 and her UMP. A nice loadout. Very nice indeed, going up against Her Majesty. So we will see who comes out on top here. New zone has popped up. Oh, and we're going Val Del Mar. I like this. Very interesting circle. Not often that you see this type of zone, but we're going straight to Chumisera and Val Del Mar. And these teams are now going to start making their way in. We do see a lot of vehicle symbols there. Going to move over to 1v9. Is this 1v9? I believe so. I believe it is. But all these teams going to be going in to zone now, finding their way in. And it is 1v9 that we see on our screens right now. So it is going to be 1v9 versus One Shot Blossom over in San Martin. The zone is going to be coming in, though. I believe that's just 15 seconds on the clock. So they need to hurry this up if they want to get to zone quickly. Nice. Could be a very, very nice little nade. Tad too late. Not going to do any damage, unfortunately, but it was very nicely placed. Molotov going out as well, potentially here. But no, zone is moving in now. We do need to start moving out. And I think One Shot have started their disengage right now. They're going out towards the back of the city. They're going to be moving on out pretty quickly. So no, ooh, looked to be like a Kar98 knock there on to 1 versus 9. So we shall see how that goes out. Looks like they're actually going in for the push. Interesting, from One Shot Blossom going in for this push. They want to fight out in the blue. Very, very interesting indeed. Melshad looking up to the stairs, but gets quickly taken out by a nade. She's going to have to be very quick if she does not want to go down, but I think it's a bit too late. Oh, just about misses out on getting knocked there. But her teammate gets knocked instead. It looks like a nade got her there. And now they are in the bottom half of this building with 1v9 girl squad up above. Melshad going straight back in for the kill. Moving up, gonna be going in with her Tommy gun. I do like a good Tommy gun. It's a very good weapon if you can use it right in close range. Looking for those angles. Looking for anything, really. And 1v9 have moved to the outside of the building. Oh! It gets taken out around the back. Nicely done. Nice pincer move coming in from One Shot Blossom, and unfortunately now it looks like 1v9 are just down to a duo. Just waiting. Listening and waiting. Oh, very, very nice stuff coming in though. From Angel, 2 down on, looks like Farha is actually AFK there, unfortunately, so it is going to be just Angel left. Unfortunately, she's down, though, and gets taken out when her teammate gets taken out to the blue zone. So no extra points there for One Shot Blossom, but that was a very close call. Very, very close indeed. But that zone. Zone is going to be moving as we speak, and it's going to Chumi and Ladriella. Interesting. So we have unfortunately moved away from those a potential island finish. We never do get an island finish. It's about time, but it's not going to be here and now. So we are going to be moving up north, up to those cliffs by Chumasera. And here come the cavalry. All these teams moving in. All of them moving in, except for, looks like except for Bite. They're in the middle of another fight. So over in this area, looks like, who's the versus? We got Fight, can't quite see the team name. Well, it looks like Bite are in a difficult position though. Just these 2 left alive and 1's knocked, so Ariba looks like she's gonna have to sit this game out. Unfortunately, she's gotten this far. 5 kills on the board for Bite, so her teammate is going to go ahead and leave her be in the zone. Moving on over to IcedOut Girls going up head-to-head against this team who actually is vying for this position, this high ground position. Very nice on their part. It's a good position to have, really. I think this is Team 18, REBORN. So, REBORN versus IcedOut. Who will win this one? Oh, that was a very nice nade, but unfortunately doesn't do quite enough damage. One altercation does get them back to health, small sliver of health each, but it's now evened up. So, oh, and now it's not. Now we've got 2 down on the side of REBORN. IcedOut still on top despite losing a player. Rely. Tries to get some shots through the window, but it's not happening. And that M249 is a very scary weapon to go up against. Guarding her doorway. Tries to get a knock, but isn't going to quite do it. Gets knocked on the reload, unfortunately. Her teammate, though, not letting him go down without a fight, but is going to try and get this revive going. It is just her and Sarah left now. Unfortunately for them, it looks like IcedOut Girls are going to want to try and get this on as well. Nice Molotov out the window. Gets the thirst on as well, so it is a 2v2. Oh, was that a different weapon? It looks like they've got a different squad on their hands as well as... Looks like we've got a bit of a third party coming in as well. But for now, oh goodness me, it is going to be these two going up against IcedOut, and IcedOut do lose out. Unfortunately for them, REBORN Girls taking the win here. And now, unfortunately, they can't sit still now for now. They have Regicide Girls coming in for that third party immediately, so they have this other fight to go up against, and it's a 2v4. Dear, oh dear, there's another team waiting in the wings there. My goodness, very busy on the south side. Regicide looking for an extra angle. Frost on that off angle as the zone moves in, and we are going to Ladriella, so it is going to be those cliffs. Very vital position now that REBORN Girls are going to be looking to defend now. Vital position. It looks like there's going to be, what, 1, 2, 3... 3 teams all trying to take it from them. All fighting for that position. So we will have to see. Looks like Regicide at the moment are just looking to hold the position they already have. They're not doing too much against REBORN. Just looking for a little bit of room for themselves. SCV in the distance there, I think that's down the hill a little bit, but they also are in this area. And it is going to be Her Majesty that also pulled up here. So, Her Majesty with the M4 looking to take a few shots onto this team in the background. They are out of zone. So we'll have to see how they get on with things. For now, looks like Her Majesty are looking to disengage slightly. They don't want... Oh my god, look at that. The cluster of teams there. Goodness me. This is Team 10, CoolGirls. Haven't seen much of them so far. Looking forward to seeing how they can perform here. And it looks like they're on that edge of this hillside as NEXUS now join in as well. They all want this hill. My goodness me, the fight's going on here. NEXUS taking out one member of Regicide. Gonna get that revive going though. Ooh, just a little long on that grenade. Barry now very low. Gonna try and heal up best she can as Molly from Regicide is down as well. Barry goes down to a nade, but looks like Regicide are gonna be losing out one as well here. The fight is on. It's a 2v2 now. It's a 1v2 now. Regicide have to be very confident with that now. But no, there we go. I thought so. They are going to go for that push. They are coming up over the top. Going to try and interrupt this. Yeah. Interrupt that revive going on. Going to be taking them out at 1 health. And that is going to be NEXUS taken out in 10th place. Not too bad of a score, especially coming into such a busy area. But it is going to be Regicide Girls who take the win on that one. Her Majesty as well, disengaging and taking the compound up instead, but unfortunately for them, it is going to be SWAT Girls here in their place, in the place that they want. So, oh, hello, going around the corner and does get that knock in the end. So, looks like Her Majesty have a lot of work to do to actually take this out, or maybe not. Tokyo was the solo left for her squad and is going to be taken out there, unfortunately for them. Blacklight moving into the north of this zone. The zone has centered up pretty nicely, so I think while it's pretty good for most of these teams, it looks like the teams to the south on that big hill are actually going to be losing out here. But oh my goodness, third party coming in takes out Blacklight. And now we are looking at Her Majesty once again. Taking up, I believe, the only compound in this area. No, not quite. Not quite the only compound. Can you tell I've not been to this side of the map very often? Goes to show you how little the zone actually goes this side, but it's nice to see for these teams. Got Team 17 Regicide, Her Majesty as well, both here in this small area. As the shots ring out, as they try and reposition, reset, get their teammates back up on their feet. We also have H2e Girls in the distance just looming over there, as well as Reborn Girls, so they're all here. We have our top 6, though. Top 6 indeed. OSE there in the background. And CoolGirls. So those are your top 5. OSE, CoolGirls, Her Majesty, Regicide, Reborn, and H2e. Those are our top 5 team, or top 6 teams rather, going into this final phase. Gonna be going into phase 6 here in just a few moments. We'll see where it lands it. What teams are going to be taking this up? Ooh, nice Molotov onto Her Majesty though. Oof! And it's straight onto CoolGirls. Straight onto them and OSE. So these two teams have a very nice chance of actually taking the win here. We'll have to see how it goes. OSE have a big task ahead of them though. They've got 2 teams on their side, if not 3, all trying to be moving in onto their side. So big task ahead of OSE, but maybe these teams will actually kill each other first. Take each other out before turning their attention to the people actually in zone. Frost. Looking for the buggy play. We shall see. They do lose 2 though, so they are just down to a duo. Regicide down to 2. Here we go. Oh, looking for the... No, it's not happening though. It is not happening. Frost runs into zone. The buggy drew too much attention and down goes her teammate, unfortunately. So it is just going to be Frost here alone for her team. Rest of these teams, look at this, H2e gonna be moving in as well. Ooh, but she has the MG3 on her side. Oh, a sliver of health, though. No, down she goes, Pete. Kooky from CoolGirls is going to be taking that player out. So it is just the duo of CoolGirls now. Doing a pretty good job of actually gatekeeping their position. They have a bit of an odd one sitting up there on the side of that hill. Very precarious indeed, but they're making it work. Now just down to 3 teams left. It is going to be, I believe that's, oh, it's Her Majesty, and then we have Reborn Girls, and then CoolGirls as well. So these 3 teams just at a standoff right now. All 3 at least somewhat on the edge of zone, so not too far for them to rotate in. Looks like Reborn are going to be prioritizing Her Majesty here. Got a few nades left in under their belt. Up their sleeve, whichever saying you'd like to use. They have it. Ooh, some nice nades going out though. Or those smokes. Those are smokes actually. Okay. So we have some nice smokes coming out as the zone creeps on in, and Her Majesty are going to have to move. Nice from CoolGirls actually just to lay low. See what they can see. Now's the time to really start moving. There we go. Does get 1 knock onto Reborn. Cookie with another spray. Very nicely cleans up Reborn Girls. Unfortunately just got caught out in the middle of the open area there. So is this going to be CoolGirls versus Her Majesty? Once again, Her Majesty in the top 2 position. 6 kills for CoolGirls though. Very nice. Cleaning up these third-party opportunities where they could get them, it looks like. do lose 2 in the process, but this could still happen. A 2v4 could very well happen, especially when it's not a 2v4, it's a 2v3, so even more so. Looks like the only thing I would say is CoolGirls are not moving up to the top. They're preferring the side angle, which is fine in theory, but could prove very tricky to actually play from as they get put under pressure here by Her Majesty, especially with the man disadvantage. Interesting though, we do have her teammate up there at the top while these 3 focus on Kuki. Oh, nade is just gonna go over the top. Oh, the spray is better. Tries to take one, doesn't quite do it, but isn't knocked herself. Gonna try again with the UMP. Down she goes. Nuha gets the one, does not get the other though, is taken out with Kuki behind her. Knocked as well, and it is going to be Her Majesty taking a win here. Taking a win indeed. 7 kills for her. For that team, rather. CoolGirls as well with 6 kills themselves in a 2nd place, and REBORN Girls moving into 3rd place with 8 kills. Of course, you also have Regicide, H2e, OSE, followed by Blacklight, SCV, 2S, then you have NEXUS, DBD, Artemis Rage, Bite, PG, IcedOut, One Shot Blossom, 1v9, and Stalwart. So GG's there all around. We are going to see our MVP actually be bought from REBORN Girls with 567 damage, but 5 kills on her own. Best companion is going to be Barry from NEXUS with 4 revives. And of course, our finisher is going to be Myrnia from Her Majesty with 5 kills herself as well. So GG's there. Very, very exciting match coming in from this lobby. Really interesting to see. I think we are going to go ahead and head into a small break while we wait for our 3rd game to get ready to go. So we will see you all in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody, to Game 3 of this qualifying round. Day 1 here this evening. We are going straight into SANHOK, and we will be seeing how these teams navigate this map now. We did see Stalwart win the first round, then we saw Her Majesty win the second. So will we see a third team win this for each of the different maps? We'll have to see. But play path is going to be pretty normal, right down the middle. Not too bad for most of these teams as they move towards their own positions. Over on the island, though, we are seeing a little bit of, oh goodness, not even a little bit, many teams here. 3 different teams. We have BYT. We also have, let's see. I'm not sure who this is. IcedOut. It's also IcedOut as well, so IcedOut and oh, there's all kinds of things going on now. Ezra does take one, but is taken out herself. Unfortunately, not going to be able to get that finish off quickly enough. It is just down to a duo for IcedOut. Unfortunately, BYT taking over this southern portion, and it is going to be Stalwart on the other side. So it's Stalwart, BYT, and IcedOut. I think IcedOut are disengaging, though. They've already lost 2. I think it's time to recalculate where they really want to go here. Tommy gun is being heard to be in play. Oh, but it's a lovely nade right on to BYT here, and it is just a Reba left all of a sudden down to a solo. Oh, dear me, goodness. What was that? Reba does manage to take out one more of IcedOut, leaving him just to a solo. So it's a 1v1v4, I do believe, from Stalwart. And here she is just in the corner. There's not a whole lot she can do right now. She doesn't even have any meds, so she is just be one shot there as Stalwart move on up. They have the loot. They took their time looting while this fight was going on between IcedOut and BYT. And we'll be seeing how it goes. Ariba moves down from her place. Maybe she thinks it's safe. Oof. Stalwart now picking a fight with Joji from IcedOut. It looks like over there in the corner. Yeah, isn't going to quite make it as well. So it is going to be IcedOut being taken out here in 18th position. Ariba, oh, tries it, does try it, almost gets there, but the M249 is just too big of a beast. Around it goes that corner, and it is also going to be taken out of the game very early. 17th place for that team. Moving over to Paradise, so on the other side of the map, looks like NEXUS actually having a bit of a scuffle with, who is this? I think this is One Shot Blossom. Yes, it is. So it is going to be, is that NEXUS? Yes. But are able to get that reset going. So nicely played actually from One Shot. We've been seeing this several times. It's actually OSE, apologies. It's not NEXUS. It is OSE 15. But I do like the play actually coming in from One Shot. We do see this quite often. It's 1-3 split that they take. But at the moment, the 3 are pushing forward straight onto Rawan. Rawan can't do a whole lot about it. Does take one down. What is One Shot doing? It seems a little bit all over the place. Very messy. Finally, Rowan goes down. So it took a while. Katina as well is going to be backing up her teammate though. And kind of make sure that they can't get those reses. 2 down now for One Shot Blossom. Oh, behind. Fast just spots her out in time. But unfortunately, Melshad is going to be able to get a finish and another knock going. Can this be? Oh, it's just one left. I do believe it's just one left for OSE. Can they do this? Melshad completely turning the tide there. Very, very nicely done. And it is just Fatima left up alive, and she isn't going to be able to do it. Doesn't quite get that angle right on the entry. And it is going to be One Shot Blossom taking out OSE in 16th position. So 4 kills going right. Unfortunately, though, they do lose out 1. Over here, looks like there's another fight brewing. Team 7 1v9 versus DVD. At the moment, it's a bit of a standoff. Not a whole lot going on. So, both these teams going to be looting up and gaining info on each other. A little bit of a standoff, as we've said before in other fights and other maps. A little bit of a standoff going on here. Interesting positioning coming in from these teams. I suppose it's a normal position, normal placement of the players, but potentially on that off angle there, they could get a little bit of surprise as they push forward, but we'll have to see. It looks like it's a kind of a 2v2 disengage and push happening. That'll be interesting to monitor as we continue, but the zone is going to go north, so they've got plenty of time. Lots of water, actually. But they got plenty of time to sort this out amongst themselves before they start getting interrupted by other teams. Going over here down to Tambang, though, is going to be Team 9, Artemis Raid. Again, another team we've not seen a whole lot of this evening. And looks like it's going to be them versus OSE Girls. Moving on this hillside. One does go down. Looking for that reciprocation. Little spray going on there, but not going to quite connect just yet. And in she comes, Rogue Baby moving in. Frost is looking now. She sees him. Her. Sees her moving in. Oh, but no, the off angle. Another teammate's actually going to get that knock. So down goes Rogue. That's 2 down now for our Rage. It's just down to these now for Artemis. A 2v4, I do believe, but it looks like Regicide actually aren't too bothered about a fight. They don't really want. They're going to just move into a better position, into zone, disengaging away from Artemis. And this actually might be... No, they want the fight, though. They're actually going to go ahead and try and get it. Ezra now takes out that other teammate, but no, from zone, it is going to be a loss on the side of Artemis Rage. Regicide take him out and move into zone. That's a shame. Back over in Hatia. DBD. And I think this was 1v9, wasn't it? Yes. Now they're in. Interesting. They've pushed forward past the warehouse there. Looks like they've kind of rotated around, so we'll see how this works out for them. Or are they 2? No, they're 3. Okay, so we have a 3-man squad here. As 1v9, just look for as much info as possible. We've seen a little bit from them. They're pretty strong team so far. consistent top 10. And here they go. That looks like that knock was actually reciprocated there for a moment. So gonna have to get their teammate back up if they want to continue. But here comes the push straight from DBD. Really like the confidence coming in from this team. No hesitation whatsoever. Gonna be using that knock as a way to get as much position as possible, as much ground covered as possible. And here come the nades. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, 4 as well. Straight in, just narrowly missing out on a knock there. But it is looking like they have this team surrounded just a little bit. 3v3 going on right now. No, it's a 4v3. Apologies, a 4v3. I didn't quite see that one player tucked away by that wall. As the Molotov, now they're starting to 1v9 are starting to reciprocate those throwables. Molotov goes over that wall, but it's a 1-3 and it's surrounding that house. Could be a tough one for 1v9 to get out of, especially without losing anybody, because they're already at the disadvantage. They need to not lose anybody. SR on the off angle. One does go down. One is finished. It is just Angel now, going to be regrouping, disengaging away from that building. Oh, they found her. They found her. She can't quite get inside. No. Angel goes down. It just is Ethar left. Cooking up a nade, going over to where she knows one is. Not going to be enough, though. I think that was just buying some time to get out of there. And away she goes, but he's too fast. They're right up on top of her. Gonna try and get that one. Does get the knock, but unfortunately is just too low to actually withstand a second round of that. So down she goes. It is going to be DBD taking over that team. So GG's there. Moving over to Blacklight, actually. Looks like a little bit of a third party going in from behind. Over on this coastline. A nice place to be, but could get tricky very quickly. Ooh, nice shots across the way, actually, onto Stalwart. Blacklight versus Stalwart at the moment. Third party from behind, but they're not too worried about that right now. Just looking for this revive. Oh, very close as well. They do get it. Nicely done. It is going to be, oh, CoolGirls, our second place team from last match. Is going to be them as a full squad this time, moving up and trying to find a couple of nice little shots over here onto this team on this coastline. Put them in a bit of a sandwich position and hold them out. Looks like Blacklight are going to be able to actually reset, though. Get these revives back up and running. And CoolGirls, they're not too bothered about this engagement. I think more likely they're just trying to get a few pop shots here and there. But that zone, look at that zone, very nice. Gonna be centering on up over by Paradise, those warehouses where CoolGirls are. Very nice positioning from them. Stalwart in a little bit of trouble. They either have to go north or across the river. They can't do whole much else than that. But luckily for them, looks like Blacklight are actually going to be moving from that position. They don't want to get stuck there. Instead, they're going to be moving straight into CoolGirls. They're going to have this other fight on their hands. Good thing for Stalwart, they can now move across if they want to. They've got that pressure taken off of them. Peekaboo just going to be looting up a little bit more in these warehouses. But at the moment, not a whole lot going on right now. Going to be seeing how they fare later on. As they move in, not much. Yep, they're good. They're able to cross that road. CoolGirls just keeping on top of this hill, not doing a with it, but just holding it, just keeping their spot and biding their time. Looks like we could see a couple of fights moving in, though, in just a few moments, as the zone is going to be pushing these teams together now. And there we go. We do see, or hear some shots, rather. One of the CoolGirls has gotten knocked. Not sure from who, I didn't see, but it looks like she's going to be able to get that res. She'll be fine. Everything's fine. But the shots are there, so the people are there, which means the fight is there. So we should be seeing that start to evolve in the next few minutes. Lots of teams to that southeast side. Yeah, lots of teams there. 4 or 5, I think, that I'm counting correctly there. But at the moment, just keeping it to themselves. Not a whole lot going on right now. DBD, a little bit caught out on that rotation there by Stalwart. But looks like it's just on the rotation. Hopefully they'll be able to sort themselves out. The SCV, rather, is now making their way in, as is H2e. So they'll be going head-to-head in just a few moments. Because there's actually a few teams on that southeastern side, 3 or 4 teams. Oh, there, yeah, Her Majesty as well in the distance over there. So here comes the first start of the fight. SCV are down to 3, actually. Okay. So they're down to 3. Do get a knock on to 1. So very nice. Evens things up a little bit. Oh no, you're looking at the wrong rock. Yes, it's that rock, and he's just there. Oh, still gets the shots off, though. Not a knock, but down to half health. Either way, not very good at all for this team here that they're going up against. SCV versus H2e. Who is going to win this one? And actually, excuse me, it's just one left. Just one left for H2e. She's going to try her best. But it might be wise to disengage. I don't think she can. It is behind her, but unfortunately they're just behind the rock and see all. So down she goes. H2e losing out on that fight, going out in 13th place. Oh! Well, look at these sprays coming in from Peekaboo, from Blacklight. 2 down and 1 very low as well. So CoolGirls not having the best time of it up here on this mountain, but they do have the gatekeeping position. So now Blacklight have to move to them. So very nice knocks for them to get across, but the fight's not over just yet. They do have to make it in zone, and CoolGirls, down goes another, but CoolGirls are going to make this difficult for them if they can. Nice spray going down, but goodness me. My goodness, these sprays are just too good. CoolGirls getting demolished 1 by 1. That's 3 knocks now for them. And it is just Nuha, because here we go. Here comes the push. Blacklight not going to be allowing any reset to be happening. And here they go. Nuha just trying to stay hidden, stay out of sight, and stay. Oh, does get one. There we go. Gets one, thirsts it up, but no, is going to be found and taken out immediately. So Blacklight down to a duo because of that, but they are still up and alive. CoolGirls get taken out in, I believe that was 12th place, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh! But no happening here. Lots happening. We just gone straight into the thick of it. As DBD have moved down from Hatia and are behind this rock. Stalwart out in the zone here. Nice nade, but not quite enough to do enough damage. That's a little short, that second nade. But looks like there's just the one out in the zone. The rest of them are going to be in zone, so it looks like they're going for a little bit of a med strat slash just trying to annoy DBD if they can at all. Blacklight down to a duo. Not much for them to do as the zone is very, very quick indeed. And here it comes. Blacklight not going to have a whole lot of time to get going. Going over to One Shot Blossom, though, have moved down from Paradise. Unfortunately for them, the zone has favored them. They've only had... Oh! Mira, super low, though. They've only had a little bit of rotation to really do, but unfortunately they're getting picked apart by the teams already in the south. It's just Mila and Melshad left. Melshad has 10 first aids, though. Could be looking for a little bit of a heal strat going on there. We will have to see if it is going to be Regicide over on that other side there. Try to get a few little shots. Oh, the knock does come through, though. Not sure on whose side that was, but the knock is there, so Melshad potentially could move on. Oh, but the zone has hard shifted to the south. Most of these teams are not even there. I believe that's just Reborn out there. 4 first aids still to go for Blacklight out in the zone. Isn't going to do much, but it might get her team an extra placement or two. We'll have to see. Especially as these teams start knocking each other left, right, and center. Stalwart still a duo up to the north. Coming around the outside, that just looks like they might be able to weasel their way into the zone without too much of a fuss. They do have one here. Not quite able. Oh, down they go. So there goes that team in 10th place. For them, it is going to be Stalwart with a spot in the zone. So nicely played on their end. Reborn as well. Oof. Going down one by one. I believe that was the end of that team. But 10 first aids for Melshad is going to be going for that dead strat. Especially as I believe that's a knock on to Mira. See what she can do with it. Not many teams left alive at all now. It's Regicide push forward into zone. And yeah, Thirst up, One Shot Blossoms, knocked player. So it is just a solo Melshad going for that heal strat with the 10 first aids. See how far she gets. Looks to be just 3 teams left alive, though. It is 3 teams indeed. Melshad, not much time left now. I don't think she's going to get past 3rd place because these other 2 teams are not looking too rushed in their fight. But the fight is happening. Regicide going up against, I think that's Her Majesty. I may be mistaken, but I think that's Her Majesty. So again, Her Majesty actually 3 out of 3 games in the top 3. So very nicely played from them. Super strong team coming through for them. 2 first aids left for her. She has to move in, and she is going to actually make it in just about. And that was, I believe, One Shot Blossom actually going out in 3rd place to the zone. So the meds were not enough to get 2nd, but 3rd it is for them. So GG's there. Oh, nades. Nice nade trade. Does do a little bit of damage, but not quite enough to get that knock. Not enough. Excuse me. Not enough there. Regicide over on the top 1. Just the 1 left. Blizz gets 1, is super low, goes around for the drop shot onto the other, but it can't quite do it. And that's actually going to be Her Majesty taking the win. That's their 2nd win, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's their 2nd win. But GG's there. 3 out of 3 games in the top 3 positions. So very nicely done. With, was that 7 kills for Her Majesty. Nicely done. Regicide in 2nd place with 8 kills themselves. And One Shot Blossom with 8 kills as well in 3rd place. Then, of course, you have Stalwart. You have Reborn. And Stalwart actually had quite a few kills coming into 4th place. So nice, good game for points there coming in from them. Then in 5th, you have Reborn Girls, NEXUS in 6th place, SCV in 7th, Blacklight in 8th, 2S in 9th, DBD in 10th, CoolGirls in 11th, PG in 12th, H2e in 13th, 1v9 in 14th, Artemis Rage in 15th, OSE in 16th, BYT Girls in 17th, and then IcedOut in 18th place. So GG's there. Alrighty, Melshad. Oh my goodness me. MVP with 1200 damage. That I don't think I've ever seen that. Maybe once in all my casting have I seen that high of damage with 5 kills. Nicely done. Molly from Regicide is going to be our best companion with 3 revives, and our finisher is going to be Oshi from Majesty, though, with 2 kills herself. So nicely done there. GG's. Alrighty, gonna move into a small break as we head into our 4th game of the evening. We will see you in just a few minutes, and we will see who will actually get first place for this 4th game in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. south for these teams. Gonna make it a little bit difficult for those teams that want to go up to like ScvGaia, maybe Joyful even. Going to be interesting to see where the zone actually moves into. Could we get a southern zone? Could we get a very northern zone and completely mess these teams up? We will have to see. We'll have to see. Looks like we have a couple of teams deciding to just stay at Sosnovka military base. Oh, and even into the water with them as they go in and try to find their areas. Okay, there we go. A few over in Nova. Looks like we have two different teams over here in Nova, Bite being one of them. Now, just to remind you, we did have Stalwart, and then I believe it was Twins on the side. My voice disconnecting. There we go. And then 2 wins, I believe, on the side of Her Majesty. So Stalwart and Her Majesty have won the last 3 games. We will have to see who wins this one, this final game of the evening. Just to remind you guys, the top... Ooh! Just gonna put that thought on hold there for a moment, because these teams, rather than spreading out to the north, they've just all decided to land in Milta. So you have 2 teams over here in Novo, 2 teams in Sosnovka, but then more like 4 teams over in Milta. Very, very interesting placement from these teams, as we're on board with Molly from Regicide, as well as 2S over here to the west. 2S not looking so happy though. 2 knocks on their sides. That leaves them to a duo. Not much chance of getting picked back up there, unfortunately. It is going to be a pistol kill as well, so not much they can do about that. 2S down to a duo already by IcedOut. So IcedOut picking up 2 early kills. We also have Regicide over there in Milta. But we're going to go over to 1v9 back over in Novo. 1v9 versus Bite, so we'll see how this goes. Oh, that's a first and a knock already onto the side of 1v9. But there is 1 knock on the side of Bite as well. So, going to be able to get this reset going. So it looks like... Oh my goodness, there's a whole other team there. Reborn, it looks like. Oh, no, not Reborn. It's actually H2e. So H2e over in the crate area of Novo. And then you have this other fight with 1v9 and Bite over in the buildings themselves. Few have made their way up to Georgia Pole, South Georgia Pole. 3 teams, in fact. And CoolGirls moving into Gaka as well. But the zone has gone to the east side, so not too much trouble for these teams. It's an okay zone. Yasnaya looks to be a few things going on, but Milta is still where the action is at. Looks like Regicide are still here, 0 kills, but a full squad, and Blacklight also landed here. We're going to be seeing how they sort themselves out here. Looks like they've not actually tried any sort of engagement, well, except for there, but not really tried any sort of engagement yet onto the opposite team. Looks like they're just holding off for now. I'm going to be seeing how they move in and how they actually sort themselves out. Oof, nice nade just on the wrong side of that fence area. Oh, it's a smoke, actually, so not too bad there. Gonna be looking back over to Reborn Girls, though, over in, not Yasnaya, military base. It is going to be Stalwart and, and Reborn back at it again. Gonna see how this goes down. Stalwart, unfortunately, not having the time they did in the first game. Now it is just down to Jenny. She is the last one left standing. Does get that knock. Very nicely done. Is going to try and get this res if she can. And I think she may just be able to do it. Not sure. Yeah, it looks like she will be able to. Reborn just going to be staying on those stairs. Shame they couldn't have a little bit less hesitation going into that, because they could have very easily cleared up Stalwart there. But no, they are back up as a duo. We're going to see how they end up doing it. 1v9, do use a DBS on to bite there just quickly as well. H2e down 1 over in Novo. Have to see how they sort themselves out. But it looks like... what have we got here? Bite looks to have ousted their opponents there. There was a lot going on in that kill feed, and Bite are still alive. 4 kills to their name. So GG's there. Stalwart do go down though in the kill feed. I do believe that Stalwart going down, unfortunately, in 18th place, but we are going to still be here with Smiling. And back over to Yasnaya, actually. Let's take a look at Yasnaya very quickly. One Shot Blossom have been having a rough time in the kill feed. I've been seeing it back and forth. As well as, so okay, so they're up against Artemis Rage up in the north area. I did see, actually, One Shot Blossom one of the players did knock herself. She fell out of vehicle or something. Ooh, looky there, very nice little catching some air there. Ezra is in the vehicle. But for now, it is going to be a 4v4. Moving up between the north and south areas of Yasnaya. We'll see how they sort themselves out. Gonna be looking. Zone moving in. These teams not really doing a whole bunch to really stay, or to really start fighting each other. They're more looking for their own spots here. But there's definitely a concentration of teams down in the South Island area. H2e being one of those teams. They are still going to be staying there. They're in zone. They don't really have to go anywhere. Although I doubt that the next zone is really going to be on their side. DBD as well, moving in, or going to be moving in eventually. As they sit in the south side of Georgia Pole. SCV next to them. So both of them going to be disengaging and moving out if they can. Ooh, very dodgy there. Nice not going on to the side. Ooh, Lila though. No, gonna be knocked by the play zone. She couldn't do a single thing about that. As DBD also look for some shots, so it looks like Lila's gonna be taken out here, unfortunately. That knock is gonna get reciprocated pretty quickly. Chumami as well, gonna be looking to disengage. DBD does take another knock though, so quickly being evened up as these knocks get traded to each other. 2 knocks on the side of DBD and 1 on the side of SCY. That's going to be a nice Car 98 finish onto that knocked player, and it looks like a ooh, very nice. Nice shots coming in from the Car 98. Goodness mate. The zone now has moved to the north, so we do have a mainland finish after all. And we are going to be looking up at Yasnaya. Looks like Vixie's just going to be trying to get her teammate back up as One Shot Blossom move on in. One Shot. Full squad. So they are a full squad, and they're looking to disengage very quickly. Look at that, smoking up the vehicle. Looking to get out of here. They do not want this heat just yet. And there they go. The full squad are going to be leaving Yasnaya and just, just go ahead and giving it to One Shot Blossom. There's no need to lose your team just yet. But, oh, a very, very nice spray coming in from, I think that's Lost Star, actually. Moving in, taking out 2 of them in that vehicle. So now it's just down to this last duo in their vehicle, or in the building now. They can't go anywhere. One Shot Blossom been too quick. And here come the nades up over the top, in through the windows. Block off the stairway. Oh, and that could be it. Oh, yes it is. Down she goes. That's 1. now there's just the last one in that first area. Oh, Sprinkles gets taken out pretty quickly. One-shot Blossom really showing what they're made of there. And they are going to be just about taking out that team. Very nicely done on their part. GG's girls. Unfortunate stuff though, but valiantly fought on both sides. But it is going to be One-Shot Blossom taking the win here. We are 11 minutes into the game, actually, and the zone is going to be moving in now onto Zone 2. So this is where now it's going to start to get a little bit trickier. Down by the bridge as well, we see 3 different teams going to be trying moving into Zone here. But first, we are going to go over to IcedOut. Ezra over by Shelter. Looking for their spot, seem to have claimed it pretty well. 3 kills on board so far. And now they're just going to be holding their position. Shelter's a good spot. In this zone, it is a really good spot. Lots of rotations are going to be happening going past here. And already 3 or 4 teams looking to have that same place. Blacklight as well. Moving over into the compound just south of... or rather just north of Shelter. Going to be holed up here in this compound for now. Good compound as well. Again, a lot of rotations going to be happening. A lot of teams going past them as the pan goes flying out the window. Let's see. Oh, and there goes the zone. So it is just, unfortunately, for the Shelter people, it is going to be just to the west of them. But down by the bridge, we have several teams now have made it across the bridge, just about. It is going to be Reborn Girls being one of those teams. Somehow these teams, because I saw on the map there just a few moments ago, 4 teams, 3 or 4 teams, all trying to get across the same bridge, and somehow they have managed to do it. But PG as well in their compounds. PG got one dead, one down, unfortunately. So PG down to a duo in their vehicles. Ooh, they're very nice vehicles, though. The Lamborghini that I wanted. Very nice. Jealous. Definitely. Oh, but maybe not. The car might go exploding in just a few moments. PG getting completely shot out of their vehicles. And now it's just this last player left alive as she runs away. Has to. The zone's very far. She cannot afford to leave or to die now, to have her team eliminated now. Only 15th position for them if they do, as the zone is very quickly going to the north. So all these teams have to be moving in. Very interesting spread from... Not sure who that is in the middle of the zone there. Can't quite make out the team tag there, but nice spread coming in from them. As the rest of these teams move in. PG, the last member of PG, or second to last member of PG rather, does go ahead and get taken out. So the rest of Reborn Girls are going to make their way out, going to move on ahead, and this leaves just this player out in the zone. Reborn Girls could have a bit of a tough time, though. There's 3 teams on that southeast side. Could be interesting, H2e being one of them. H2e and BYT GIRLS currently head-to-head. Oh, BYT GIRLS, Blacklight, and H2e all there in that area. And Reborn going straight through them. Look at that. In between IcedOut and BYT GIRLS. With... What? Really? They let them through? Oh, I find that very interesting. Okay, so Reborn Girls get away with it. They go straight through. Blacklight might not be so easy on them. No, here we go. Finally. There are some consequences for going straight through those teams. One goes down. And it is just Damaz left to go around the off angle, round to the other side. Very nice, but isn't going to quite be, she's a little too late there, I think. She does end up taking out that team, so it is going to be Reborn Girls taken out there, unfortunately, in 15th place. Leaves Blacklight just needing to get those teammates back up. Here come the smokes for that loot. As they run around, keep looking for an opportunity for anything, really. Oh, these teams now moving into the southeast side. Who is that? That's what I want to know. It is Her Majesty. Now moving in to this sector of the zone. Goodness me, everybody's coming in here. Looked like they wanted a little bit of the action, want to storm a third party, but they're not going to be able to do it. They're just going to go move to where they were, back to their spot in the zone, so they can actually gatekeep these teams. And it's actually a really good move on their part, because these teams on that east side, they all have to move in. So nice preemptive strike against those teams on the outside of the zone. And speaking of zone, zone is moving in as we speak. So, oh, here we go. Nice sprays now from Oshi over on to this team. They don't want anything to do with them, but they have moved into zone now. So, it is going to be iced out in these field areas. Sprays onto the vehicles, gonna try and get some sort of explosion going on, but nothing really going on right this second. And now they have to look behind them. Look at this. Gaia, ScvGaia moving into zone, and now suddenly Her Majesty are in a tough spot. They don't look too good. Down go, oh, iced out, down go one. Ezra left with 1 HP, but she is going to be able to heal herself back up as they continue this fight against DBD, actually. But many of these teams actually suddenly find themselves in a sandwich position as these teams start moving up in behind them. And it's unfortunate, iced out being one of the losers here, down to a duo as the fights move northeast. Blacklight not doing so dandy either. They did move to a position more centered to the zone, but unfortunately, looks like they're getting picked apart just a little bit by the teams around them, just down to a solo as they try and get that res back up. SCV have moved into this compound now, so they're sitting pretty well. We'll have to see how this zone moves in. It's going to be moving in just a few moments now, but hopefully for this team, it will land on their side. Otherwise, they have a little bit of rotating to do. Oof, the shots come in and the zone is there. I do believe the zone has moved in. I'm not quite sure on that, but it looks like it. Oh, no. There it goes, and it's away from them. 230 meters away to the south, actually. Dear, oh dear. There it goes. So, zone's going to be moving to the south, and all these teams, we're going to be seeing a lot of action coming into these teams in just a moment or two. I don't expect it to be very long, and here we go. One Shot Blossom to the north, looking to move in immediately. Meanwhile, iced out still in a fight, as is Blacklight in that little shack there. Blacklight doing pretty okay for themselves. They don't have too far to go to zone, but it is going to be the rest of these teams moving in now, and here is where the action really starts happening. Here come the knocks, the sprays, the vehicles moving back and forth. Here we are. NEXUS still in it to win it. SCV taking a hit there as they try and rotate as best they can in. But NEXUS still in that zone. Very nice positioning from them, actually. Really good stuff. Very nice to see that they're in such a controlling position, but they're gonna be found, potentially taken out from behind if they're not careful. You got Blacklight moving into their zone, into their territory. We will have to see, but unfortunately for Blacklight, they're stuck between two different teams. This is OSE and Nexus, both teams right there on top of Blacklight. Have to see what they do instead. OSE looking for a way in, but also a way out and around. IcedOut moving into that western position. OSE as well coming up over the top. Nexus now in a 2-2 split. They could do it, but there's just a lot of teams going on there. Yeah, there we go. CoolGirls actually able to take out one of Nexus. And there goes a beautiful, very, very nice nade on to Nexus as well. So unfortunately, down they go to a duo, just that duo in the compound in the lowland. So it looks like OSE going to take quick control of this top area, the north side. Looks like there isn't going to be a whole bunch that they can do about it. Nexus is going to have to stay put for now. Zone is moving in as we speak, going into zone 5. Nexus do take out a couple of members here and there, a couple of players across the map. But Zone, oh my goodness me. Zone moves straight west, and another hard shift. This last game of the evening is not letting these players go easy. I mean, this is great for One Shot Blossom. They've put themselves in prime position for this kind of zone. So they're very much celebrating right now. But Bite Girls as well. Bite Girls are okay for now. But One Shot knows they're there, so gonna have to be very careful. I believe that's just a solo there for Bite Girls, so gonna have to be very careful to keep her place. Otherwise, looking okay. One Shot Blossom in the strongest position right now, but they are getting picked apart just a little bit. There goes one. But rather, speaking of picking apart, it's actually OSE. 2 knocks on their side now as they struggle to get into zone. That's 2 knocks and a smoke as the rest of the members try and pick them back up. Goodness me, now comes the road into play. CoolGirls moving in, getting rid of the last solo of Bite Girls, so now they have no one to their back, only One Shot Blossom to their side. So, CoolGirls actually in a very nice position. Even though it's so open, they don't have that many teams to be a threat to them. OSE again getting picked apart, especially Ezra coming back behind this rock. She is spotted, is able to get a heal off, but she's going to be a real pain in the side of OSE if she can get a couple of shots off from behind. OSE now, yeah, there goes another. So steals 1 kill. That's 2 down now, so OSE have lost both of those knocks. Ezra, oh dear, she doesn't have any throwables left, I don't think, and she's very, very close to getting spotted, but not quite. It is able to move just across the open ground like that. That's amazing. And down she goes behind a tree, makes it in for now, but I don't think she's quite in zone yet. I could be wrong, but I don't think she is. Yeah. Oh, she is. She is actually in zone just a little bit. So, quiet time is happening right now in this zone. Everybody's just taking a chill pill and is just waiting. This is the moment where everybody takes as much info. They take a breather. Your top 5 teams. And the zone shifts to the east. It favors One Shot Blossom no longer, and CoolGirls now are suffering. That's 1. Oh, but nice little spray over from them over on to this team. There goes the other one. Down they go. Very nicely done. That's a duo for Bad Girl, but no, Bad Girl goes down as well. The sprays over the top, just too much. So now they're down to, I believe that's a duo. Oh, it's a trio. Okay, it's a trio. They are going to try and get Bad Girl back up and maybe they can hold on for a little longer and still have some sort of fight left here. They are going to be able to get that res, though. Nicely done on their parts. They're going to be a full squad. So, one-shot Blossom, a trio. Trying to go across the zone, and they're just full sending. As are CoolGirls, actually. The Melshad able to do it a little bit better. They don't lose anybody on their rotation in. Goodness me, but it's all happening right now. Down goes one. Melshad, super low health. That's two now for CoolGirls down. And you just got you got a duo from Nexus and then a solo. IcedOut is still here. Ezra still putting in a lot of work there. Not sure if that was a complete takeout of One Shot Blossom. I'm not entirely sure, but Urza does take out at least one member there, picking up an extra 10 kills for IcedOut Girls. My goodness me. This has been a fantastic game from them, and the solo is still going. Top 3 for them. Very, very nicely done. That is One Shot Blossom taken out there. So One Shot is out, and it is just going to be... Oh, I was going to say CoolGirls, but no. Oh, it is. Oh, it is. We have one left from CoolGirls. So CoolGirls down to 1. Nexus have 2. And then there was one of IcedOut Girls. Fantastic stuff coming in from her. But she is going to go out in 3rd place, but nicely, nicely done. It is just Nuha from CoolGirls, though. Just her and Nexus, a 1v2. We've seen this before. We had a 1v2 in our first ERANGEL game. And that was, ended up going to the side of Stalwart. So we'll see if Nexus can do something similar here, but Nuha with the smoke is going to be going straight for the spray. Doesn't quite do it, though, and it is going to be Nexus taking out CoolGirls, and that is going to be a win for the final game of Group A. Nexus take it with, oh my goodness me, 16 kills. 16! And 8 going to Barry. But goodness me, that's going to be CoolGirls in 2nd place with 4 kills, and then IcedOut in 3rd place with, oh goodness me, 10 kills. 7 of which are from Urza. So my goodness me, very nicely done. One Shot Blossom with 4 kills, in 4th place. Her Majesty in 5th. OSE in 6th. Bite in 7th. Blacklight in 8th. SCV in 9th. Yes, DBD in 10th. 2S in 11th. H2e in 12th. Regicide in 13th. PG in 14th. REBORN Girls in 15th. Artemis Rage in 16th, Stalwart in 17th, and 1v9 in 18th place. Goodness me. Right. Gonna move into our... Oh, interesting. Gonna move to our MVP. It's actually gonna be Barry from Nexus. 8 kills with 769 damage. Nicely done. She's also gonna be our finisher of the game, so that makes sense. And then it's also gonna be another player from Nexus. So we have 3 out of 3 from Nexus. Our best companion is going to be from Nexus as well with 3 revives. Nicely done. Alrighty, so I believe that concludes our this evening's broadcast. Thank you so much for watching and cheering on your team in the chat. Been very, very interesting to see these teams. Really enjoyed watching everything here. It's been so much fun. It's been a blast. Really looking forward to seeing how these teams continue to participate going forward in this tournament. Do want to remind you that the top 9 from each group are going forward. So we will be seeing those results in the Discord server a little later on. So good luck to all the teams and GG's tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I have been your host, Neptura, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody. Good night.